Welcome to Secrets of a Seven-Figure Coach, the podcast for coaches, consultants, and creative entrepreneurs who want to hit between $100K and $1 million in annual revenue. I'm Beck, your host and business mentor. On this podcast, I'm sharing the mindset, strategy, and energetics required to create a multi-six-figure business and beyond. Before becoming a coach, I grew 3 successful businesses. I'm an award-winning business owner who built and exited $1 million consulting firm and an industry-leading app that won awards back in 2016. And that all happened before I started my own coaching business, which has since generated over $2 million in lifetime revenue in part-time hours. I'm taking you behind the scenes from my very first 10K month to my very first 100K month. I'll also bring in coaches and consultants who have scaled their own coaching businesses so you can learn real-world tools and strategies from others who have walked the path. If you are a coach, consultant, or creative entrepreneur looking to 2 to 4x your revenue while also having an incredibly rich personal life, this podcast is for you. Hello, and welcome to today's episode of Secrets of a Seven-Figure Coach. In today's conversation, I want to pull back the curtain on a topic that has been really active in my inner circles with my clients, even with myself. And that is what it actually takes to attract premium clients. And for those of you listening, you probably know what I mean by premium clients, but in case we just need to clarify that, a premium client is someone who doesn't require hand-holding. They can convince themselves of what they want to purchase. They're already bought in. Copywriters of this world would call them problem and solution aware, meaning they're aware of what their problems are and they're actively searching for a solution. They might even know what the solution is, and they're doing what I call best fit shopping. They're not actually trying to decide if they want to hire a coach or a consultant or a healer or a service provider. They've already decided. You don't need to convince them that they need your service, that they need your offer. What you do need to show and to showcase throughout your content, your messaging, your offers, as well as your own embodiment is that you are the one for them. Now, premium clients have what I call premium problems. What does this actually mean? It means we have, and I consider myself to be a premium client, which is why I'll say we instead of you in this episode, because I am a premium person. I know how premium people buy because I am one of them. And I also, in the last 12 months, shifted my content, my messaging, my offers so that I only attract and work with premium clients. And this has made everything in my business easier. So a premium client is someone who they don't need that hand-holding. They don't need that convincing. And in fact, if you do that, which you probably are, you're repelling them. You're putting your hands up and you're saying, no, I don't work with people like you. I actually work with an earlier version of you. And this will 100% repel your premium client. What a premium client needs from us is to really show up in that embodied identity. And what I see happening with my clients, with other people that I observe, that I quietly observe, judgment free, of course, is that we're showing up in a version of ourselves that is outdated. It's like we're showing up with ourselves, the one that we were a year, 2 years, 3 years ago. And the fact of the matter is, you have evolved in the last few years or however long you've been showing up in the online space. I know you're doing the work. I know you're doing inner work. I know you're doing nervous system work. I know you're doing mindset work. I know you're constantly evolving and upgrading, right? Like you are not stagnant. You are always changing. And what that means is, or how that affects premium clients is that we sometimes sell from an outdated version of ourselves, or we haven't upgraded our messaging. And when I say upgrade, I don't necessarily mean you need to go hire a copywriter to rewrite all of your stuff. I mean, you need to internally upgrade and embody the level at which you're playing at and then communicate that accordingly so that your premium clients are attracted into your world. And that means speaking to premium problems and also showcasing how your offer, your solution is the exact match for what they're looking for. Now, I want to kick off today's episode with a little bit of a story because I was on a sales call recently and it was, I want to call it horrendous. So, this was me as the potential client. And I have something that I really want support with inside my business. It's very unique to where I'm at. And I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is because, well, possibly the person who I was on the sales call with is going to listen to this podcast episode, and it's really not about this person. I'm using this example as like really showing what not to do. Okay. And if you are this person, like consider this a really valuable lesson so that you don't do this again. And this person was using like very, I would call them bro marketing tactics, which, by the way, don't work for premium clients. Like they actually repel us. So, number one, I got on the sales call, which I didn't actually want to do because I'm ready to purchase. I already know what my problem is. I know I need someone who can solve it for me. I can't solve it for myself. And so I went to this company and said, "Hey, I'm interested in this." And they replied back, "Yep, no problem. Just hop on a 15-minute call with one of our people and we'll walk you through the process." Honestly, I didn't need a call. What I needed was for them to tell me a little bit more, perhaps by email or through a podcast episode or a blog. Like I could have done a little research about this. They could have sent me a little information about this, and then I would have been ready to purchase. So, mistake number one is sometimes our premium clients don't need a sales call. And this is a really big mind fuck that a lot of us have to get around because we've been taught and trained to use sales calls to sell. I mean, listen, I have a whole program. One of my $37 offers, the sales remedy, is all about how to do sales calls. But the difference is when you are first beginning and you don't know your ideal clients and you can't speak to their unique problems and their unique solutions in your messaging, then of course you have to get on calls with them because you actually need to talk to them. You need to understand where they're stuck, where they're going, and then you need to talk about your offer as the solution to the thing that they desire, if it is indeed a solution to the thing that they desire. But as you become more experienced, you know all of this. And you can speak to this in your messaging, which is why we can often, not always, but often remove having sales calls from our process. And there's also this gray area too. And this is not a conversation about sales calls, but it's worth addressing here is that on occasion, a premium client might just want to hop on a call with you to like talk about the nuanced solution that they're buying from you. And let me give you an example. So I recently got back from Hawaii and I hosted a bunch of VIP days in Hawaii. The women who bought those VIP days wanted to have a quick conversation with me, which we did either over Zoom or Voxer, to talk about what their day could look like. It wasn't about why they need to buy a VIP day. I didn't need to convince them to buy a VIP day. It was to talk about how the VIP day would specifically support them in getting them to their next level. So this is really addressing what it is that the client desires and then how I'm going to create that solution for them. So a premium client, if you are getting on a call with a premium client, you don't need to convince them of the thing. It's a conversation to actually talk about and for them to envision themselves inside the thing. When I ask coaches, the ones that I'm hiring, eight figure plus coaches, and I'm joining their communities, what I want to know is what the vibe is of the space. I want to know, like, underneath what I'm asking, I want to know who's in there? Am I going to fit in? Am I going to feel good about showing up? Am I going to really get the support that I desire? I don't need them to tell me or to convince me that I need their offer, that I need to join a mastermind. Like I'm already bought into that. And this is one of the really big shifts is shifting your mindset from thinking I need to convince someone of the value of coaching to they're actually already convinced. And now it's about showcasing why and how I'm the one for them. And this is not about selling yourself. This is truly about embodying your authenticity and what makes you uniquely you on a deeper level. Oh my gosh, this I was going to tell you a story and I went completely sidetracked here, but this is important. Okay, so like this is not about changing who you are or convincing someone that you're the best or any of that. Like on an internal level, it's about you knowing like this is what you do. This is how you show up in the world. This is the type of support that you give your people, owning, embodying that. So then that translates over to your ideal premium clients. Okay, so back to my story. I didn't need a sales call, but here we are. We're hopping on this sales call. And what I really wanted was just to talk about where I'm at with this particular problem. And I wanted to hear their approach to the solution because I could have hired any number of people to help me with this. And I have actually worked with this company before. So I already know, like, and trust them. I know the founder. And I really just wanted to hear like a little bit more about the process and how they approach it, which, again, by the way, could be covered in their content or in a free or low ticket masterclass or workshop. Had they had a 20-minute audio that I had to pay $22 to listen to on this topic, guaranteed I would have bought it and I would have listened to it first. So, again, another thing of like, let's remove the barriers for premium clients to buy from us. That would have removed a barrier. Okay. So we get on this call and this person doesn't ask me about where I'm at and where I'll call struggling, what I'm bumping up with against with this particular topic. They just went right into their sales pitch. And I actually know who this company is working with, like who their coach is. And I was like, this is such a bro marketing tactic. Like, oh my gosh, this is not what I need right now. Like, actually, I'm a woman and I really just like people to listen to me. Like, my dream date is going out with my husband and like me talking and him listening. Like, who are we kidding? Okay. So he's telling me all about this thing. And then he's like, and I'm sure you want to know investment. And I was like, yeah, sure. But actually, of course, I do want to know the price, but that's not what's going to sell me. What's going to sell me is that you have seen, heard, and understood me. You have uniquely identified what my problem is, and you have uniquely spoken about your solution. And he wasn't giving me any of that. So he starts telling me that the price for this thing is $4,000. I was like, okay. And I said, and I actually like need to do this more than one time. So is there an opportunity to like bundle something? And he's like, oh yeah, of course. You bundle, you can do 6 for 10K. And I was like, okay, doing the math in my head, like, okay, 10 divided by 6, like that's more like 1,500 a pop, like 1,500 per item. Okay. And then I sort of started to backtrack and I was like, yeah, I don't know that I need to do 6 right off the bat. So like, what about if I do 2? And he leans right in. He's like, yes, there's actually a 2-for-1 special happening today, right now. Are you ready to move forward? Like literally, I felt like I was at a football game. Like that was like how he's pitching me. Are you ready to move forward? Because you can only have this if you buy now, if you buy today. Are you in a position to move forward with this today? He literally said that to me. I was like, whoa, I feel like you like basically want to rip my clothes off and hop into bed with me. Like you feel like you're a 14-year-old teenager who wants to get it with the girl. Like, that is not what's going to work for me. I really, again, I want to go on a date and I want to talk about my problem. And then I want you to tell me about the solution and how you approach it. This is so effing simple, people. Okay. And this is perhaps an extreme example, but it really speaks to it really speaks to like what not to do. So then you can see what you actually need to do. So by now he's slashed his price. He's told me I need to make a buying decision today. And what I wanted to say to him across the screen, but I was a little bit like deer in headlights, which like that happens. Like when we feel when our nervous systems are just like the red lights are flashing, it's really normal to kind of shut down and your voice locks up. Like this is your nervous system trying to protect you. It's saying, I don't want to be here. I don't like this. I don't like this energy and I don't want to be here. So he was using urgency, have to buy today. He was using FOMO. Oh, that was the other thing. It was like, if I didn't get to this right away, there would be consequences. Someone else would get to it before me. I would lose the opportunity to do this thing. Someone else would get it, and then I wouldn't be able to do it. So he's using urgency. He's using FOMO. He's using scarcity. He's price slashing. Like, if I buy today, I'll get it for a fraction of the price. But here's what that does, it actually just makes me not want to buy the thing at all. I'm ready to pay for it full price, but now you're telling me you could give it to me like for 1/5 of the price. So why did you tell me the thing was the 4K thing when now it's down to like 1250? Like I'm not price shopping. I am not buying. Your ideal client, your premium client is not buying based on price. That doesn't mean price is not ever an objection or that she has endless amounts of money. In fact, my most premium clients aren't the richest clients. My premium clients are the ones who are willing to do what it takes to get the results they desire. And they're willing to be creative and resourceful to create that money. Myself, I went on a VIP day, VIP evening with one of my coaches. It cost $14,000 to spend a few hours with her. And guess what? I actually went and I took out a loan to pay for it because I didn't want to use my cash. I didn't want to use my cash flow. And by the way, didn't even need to use the loan. Like, it was 30 days later, I had the money in my cash flow. I didn't actually have to access the loan. So, and by the way, if you want to listen to a podcast episode about should you use debt to invest in coaching, there's one with Lou Clark a few episodes back. So go listen to that. It's seriously gold. So I didn't buy the thing. He has since followed up with me a couple emails. And you know what? If the founder approached me, I would tell the founder about my experience because it's just not in service to how premium clients want to buy. Now, you know what? Maybe I'm not their ideal client. Maybe they don't want to work with premium clients, but I'm pretty sure they do. So I want you to think about this for yourself and reflect on even just tendrils, like little threads of what you might be doing. Are you pricing out of scarcity? Are you using any kind of urgency or FOMO? Are you trying to convince people before you've actually listened and heard? And listening and hearing can happen on a sales call, but it can also then happen in the DMs or in client research. Like, I know what my clients are stuck with and where they want to go because I've worked with so many of them. And if I don't know, I will ask them. I will never send someone my prices on my one-to-one coaching if someone inquires in the DMs unless I know where they want to go and what they're bumping up against. This information is gold to me. And if you don't have a messaging document where you are tracking this information, like, immediately stop what you're doing, press pause on the podcast episode and go do this. Start a messaging document so that you can gather this information for yourself. That's how you build your content. That's how you create your offers. Okay, let's dive into what it takes to attract premium clients. There are 4 components, and me just mentioning offers is the perfect segue. So, 4 things you need to have. I'm going to list them off and then we're going to dive into them one by one. Also, if you want to come to a masterclass, a free masterclass, where I talk about how to attract premium clients and we go into this even more in depth, check the show notes, grab the free premium client masterclass. It's called the Shift to Premium Clients. If you liked this conversation, you will absolutely adore that masterclass. Okay. And you'll get to see my beautiful face on a screen, and I will have tons to share over there. This is like the tester, the taster before that. Again, lesson. Look at this. Okay. Like I'm giving you content you can listen to. I'm giving you free or low ticket paid opportunities. And then I'm going to make an invitation into my signature offer. There's the secrets, by the way. So the four things are: one, bingeable content; two, a low ticket offer; three, a signature offer that sells itself; four, you fully embodied in your next level. Okay, now let's break this down. So the first bit is bingeable content. This means your premium client should be able to go to your Instagram, your LinkedIn page, your Facebook page, wherever you show up, and binge your content. And by binge, I mean read and implement, read and have a breakthrough, read and nod her head. She's binging your content because it's so good and it's so accurate. It's so speaking to where she is. It's speaking to her nuanced problems. It's speaking to the nuanced solutions that you offer. It moves her. It activates her. It feels like truth. It's fully embodied. You are leading the way. You are leading the path. And she should be able to read and digest your content. And when I say read, also listen, right? Like you might have a podcast. So it's also about listening, and feel so, I don't want to say called out, like called forward, activated, excited. Like, oh my God, yes, this person gets me. That's step one. Okay. And then step two is then you have a low ticket offer, something that she can go buy, like $11, $44, $33, $97, something like, I'm going to say under $100. It could also be, I've done things in the $200 range, but if you just want to remove a ton of resistance or like any kind of, any kind of barrier, it's a super easy yes. Now, this, this is worth talking about because this is not about making it about the price. We're not building a low ticket offer so that people buy a low ticket offer. We're building a low ticket offer that speaks to, that gives them a solution, that gives them a breakthrough for something that they're currently struggling with or that they want support with. So it's like it happens to be low ticket because this just removes any resistance to entry, but we're not marketing it based on a low price. Okay. Does that make sense? And I'm asking questions like you can answer me. A lot of people think that building a low ticket, they're like, oh, everyone's going to buy this because it's $11 or because it's $100. No, no one's going to buy it if it's a shit offer. People are going to buy it if it serves and supports them. So make something that serves and supports them, and it also happens to be a low price. Okay. The last two coaches that I've bought offers from, this was the exact model. I binged their content. I read probably 20 of their Instagram posts and was like nodding my head the entire time. They got me. They're speaking to where I'm at. They're offering unique solutions. They're very grounded and embodied in their energy, completely owning their brilliance, like truly commanding the space that they're in. They have a clear low ticket offer, if not more than one. I can go to their link in bio or scroll in one of their Instagram posts and see a very unique offer that I can buy for $37, $44, whatever the number is, that's going to help me in this very moment. So your low ticket offers should be always positioned for your premium clients. A lot of us, myself included, were taught that you create low ticket offers for your beginner client, for the client who is not yet ready for your signature offer. And listen, you do what you want. I used to do it that way. I don't do it that way anymore. In my opinion, it's incorrect. You build your low ticket offers for the premium client, the one who you would actually like to come into your signature offer. Again, we're removing resistance here so that by the time this person has done the low ticket offer, they go buy your signature offer. A coach that I invested over $50,000 with last year, I binged her content. I bought one of her low ticket offers. Then I joined a program that was like $700. And then I joined her 20K mastermind, and then a 20K membership, and like more. Okay. So having a low ticket offer that speaks to your premium client. And by the way, we're going to be covering this more in depth, like what type of low ticket offers you could actually put together. I'm going to give you examples of low ticket offers. I'm going to really walk you through how to identify what your low ticket offer is over inside that free masterclass. Okay. The shift to premium clients. It's link in show notes. Next bit is then having a signature offer. Now, a signature offer that sells itself doesn't need this big, long, complicated funnel, right? Like, I do not need you to send me a bazillion emails. I do not need to fill out a ton of forms. I do not need to get on a long call with you. I do not need to talk to your team member. I need to see something that's really clean and clear about what the offer is. I need to see myself inside of that offer. I need to know what I'm going to get out of that offer. And there are all kinds of different ways that you can do that. But the piece I really want you to hear is that it's a logical next step for the person who's coming out of your low ticket offers. So I should be able to do your low ticket offer and then naturally see myself moving into your signature offer. Whether I join your signature offer or not, or the timing of that, I'm going to kind of say, like, that's not necessarily up to you. I mean, some of it is, but people get all caught up in their heads and they're like, oh, they bought my low ticket and they didn't join my signature offer. Okay, so when we're launching something, we're not necessarily launching it for the people who are going to buy today. We're also seeding this for the people who are going to buy tomorrow, next week, the week after. Okay, so what's important though is that that leap or that step really makes sense and is a natural next move for that person. Okay, so that's piece number 3. We talked about bingeable content. We talked about low ticket offer. We talked about a signature offer. By the way, a signature offer can just be 6-month one-to-one coaching package. It can also be a mastermind. It can be a course. It can be a program. It can also just be one-to-one coaching if that's what you sell. Okay, so don't get your knickers in a knot and be like, oh my God, I need to build out a signature offer, but I only do one-to-one coaching. No, you don't necessarily need to. When we move to signature offers, which, by the way, we'll be talking about inside the 7-figure offer suite, which is one of my signature offers where I teach you how to build up your offers. A signature group program or mastermind is really great after you've done some one-to-one and now you want to scale or you want to shift your one-to-one into a one-to-many offer. You want to claim back your time. You have a better idea of how you're supporting people and you're ready to step into like that group coaching energy. So again, I can help you with that inside the 7-figure offer suite. I'll also put the link to that inside the show notes. Okay, so that's step number 3. Step number 4, you fully embodied in your next level identity. Okay, we have to be in our next level identity, in our frequency, in our like ownership, grounded, embodied, like roots to the earth, because premium clients are actually buying their next level identity. They are stepping into something bigger, and we have to like hold that standard, show that mirror. We have to be like, hey, I walk this talk. This is what I model. This is how I live my life. This is how I run my business. This is how I heal myself. Whatever the thing is you're selling, like, you need to showcase embodiment on another level. you have to be like, your embodiment is actually your authority. Your premium clients are watching you, and they're watching to see, like, is she living a standard? Is she living a model? Is she doing this in a way that I want? And that's why it's not just about your content, and it's not just about your offers, and it's not just about upgrading your messaging. It's looking at where you are playing small. It's looking at where you are holding back. It's looking at where you're being vanilla or you're playing safe, where you're not being your full self. Because what is going to have someone purchase from you versus over someone else? It's not how pretty your website is or how cute your photos are or how great your branding is. Like, sure, all of those have different elements and they matter on different levels, but it's going to be you and it's going to be your energy. We had this conversation over inside my mastermind, the Powerhouse Collective, the other day, where we talked about what it was that makes us buy. We're all premium clients. I'm spending 10 to 15, $10 to $50,000 a year on coaching. My clients are spending 15 to upwards of $15,000 on coaching a year. So we're premium clients. And we talked about, it's the vibe. It's the energy of the person. And I'll take that one step deeper, because it's not going to be just your energy, right? Like, someone's not going to just be like, oh, I love her energy, I'm buying her offers. No, the offer then needs to speak to a solution that you desire. So again, this is a bit of a nuanced conversation. I'd love to continue it with you over inside my free masterclass, The Shift to Premium Clients. The link is in the notes, in the show notes. I hope you loved today's episode. If you did, send me a message. Be sure you're subscribed. I love when you review and you let me know you gave me a review. And if there's any way I can support you, also send me a message and we can have a little back and forth conversation over in the DMs on Instagram. Okay, dear one, have a beautiful rest of your day.